Hi everybody, Papa County. I was given this is the intake that came with the motor and model can. As you can see, if I can open this, I pulled off the intake to make it a little bit easier once my transmission gets here to put in. Anyways, this is the original intake that came on that motor, the drive-by wire one. It's the same thing is the drive-by cable, other than this fitting kind of in the way. So I was thinking, I heard of people shaving, they call it shaving, and it's cutting all these things down and smoothing this all out to make it all nice and round, symmetric, whatever you want to call it. So I've had this thing sitting around, and I think we're going to experiment with it. So I'm going to get some tools out and start cutting some of the stuff off and see how we can do some plastic weld, maybe with a soldering gun. Well, let me get the tools out and we'll get after it. Alright, so the idea is to cut some of this hide stuff off. I got this little air saw and I got a grinder, so I don't know how it's going to work out, but let's give it a shot. This is experimental, so I don't know how it's gonna work out. That ain't work out. Let's try this. Might be a little bit too big, I don't know. Not enough speed. Or a dead battery. One of the two. Alright, we got a dead battery. Let me change the battery. Should have one here. Alright. That sounds a little bit better. Just gonna cut some of these nubs off and see where we go. Now they say it's pretty easy welding. Tough stuff. So if we wreck it, no big deal. It's only an experiment. I gotta come up with a better way of cutting this thing. Hang on. Alright, so I tried a couple tools. Air saw. Tommy, you remember this pink knife? My favorite knife. Tried a little mini hacksaw, but it seems to be the best thing to work is a sawzall. Like I said, if I wreck this, no biggie. This is only an experiment. We're gonna have to try and clean this thing up a little bit. We call it shaving. Can you guys see all right? Oh boy, that's... let's see what else we can cut off of this thing. You guys get the idea, right? Stuff's pretty tight, pretty hard, whatever you want to call it. Definitely need that. I wonder if I can cut these off. I don't think I need them either. Could end up with a couple holes, but that's okay. Alright, stuff over here. I think I'm gonna leave these here. Couple things I have to leave here. That has to stay, that sensor. I've seen guys move it over to here. Also take the intake, vacuum line and bring it over here, but I'm going to leave that there for now. Alright, so you get the picture of what I'm trying to do. Alright, so I'm going to cut off as much as it's down, then I'm going to sand it. Maybe even put a little bit of Bondo and fiberglass. So, this is going to be a long video. So, let me get the rest of this stuff cut up, and cut off and cleaned up, and we'll pick up from there. Compressor off. So I did end up with a hole here. That's okay. I think I'm gonna cut these things right off, all of them, and maybe try to do some plastic welding. What do you think? Another thing, I have to try and keep these because that's what holds my bracket for the throttle here. So I don't know what to do with that just yet, but I think once we cut this off, we're gonna give it a shot at plastic welding. Alright, I'm gonna keep after it. Just using a floppy disc right here to clean it all up. And once I get it all cut down, I'll bring this back in. go get yourself a hot one or a cold one, and we'll see you back here. Going all in, folks. We're just going to cut this right off. I can get a good angle at it. No fear, they say that this stuff can be wired up. No, we're gonna see. I'm a little bit wary about a few of these other ones here because they're so close to that. I think they might be just supporting. Alright, I'm gonna keep cutting. So I went all out. I cut them off. I'm going to debate over here. I was trying to use a regular soldering gun, but it's not heating up hot enough yet where I can stop melting. But tomorrow, I guess I'll go to Harbor Freight and see if I can pick myself up one of them plastic welding kits and try to stop filling in these holes. So like I said in the beginning, the idea is to get all these little ridges off. Then maybe fill these in, plastic weld with the these holes, and then put a nice little coat of Bondo on it, sand it all down, and paint it. As you can see. Let me go get the other one. Okay, here's the one that's going on the truck. Brake booster, map sensor, and you can see how much I cut off of this. And there's the bracket I'm talking about for the throttle. Goes over to there. Well, I cut quite a bit off of it, as you can see. I still might cut this off and maybe try to move it over here. I'm going to think that overnight, but for now I'm going to blow this thing all off, and like I said, I'll go to Harbor Freight tomorrow, get a plastic welder, and we'll get back after it tomorrow. I appreciate you all watching. We'll see you on the next one. Alright, sorry about the background noise. My idiot neighbor decided to... whatever. Alright, so... we're melting away. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but we're giving it a shot. Are you fucking kidding me? And I can't close the door because then I'll fill up the garage with smoke. I think this soldering gun's tired. Just not heating up. I tried to take some of the dusty fibers and put it on the top, thought it would melt quicker. No, that didn't happen. It's definitely melting, but it just takes a while. Like I said, this is an experiment. I don't know if this guy's weed whacking. There's no weeds out there. They're all dead. Oh, blowing the leaves. It's got this little, I don't know what you call it. I usually fire up the Echo backpack and go up there and embarrass them, but we're not going to do that today. Tired of moving his leaves around anyway. They all end up in my garage on the floor. Alright. I know you guys don't want to hear about my neighbor. So, slowly but surely, I'm filling these holes. Obviously we're going to have to put this on time lapse. I just want to give you guys an idea how I'm melting this in. Alright, so I've been melting away. As you can see, I went to Harbor Freight, bought one of these plastic welders, and it lasted about 10 minutes before it fell apart. But I'm getting by with it, with all sorts of tools. But we're going to put that aside for now, because look what we got. We got the rebuilt tranny for Rattle Can. Waiting a couple of weeks. My high performance. Got a shout out to Midland Transmission. They built this bad boy specifically for Rattle Can. So we're gonna get it off the truck. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get it on that and get it underneath the truck. So good news, folks. Brand new converter. Not a high torque, high stall speed, but it is a stall speed converter. Like I said, purposely built for Rattle Can. And as you can see, I've got the, you guys know I'm working on the intake, but I had to take the intake off to get out the bolt. So, Papa Kenny, gonna struggle on my back, but we're gonna get after it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in a second.